The airport is underwater. Buses parked on the forecourt are already partially submerged, the water rising to the wheels, flooding the floors. On the tarmac, a plane is abruptly stopped, its engine drowned, and the ground vehicles are struggling in deep puddles. Inside the terminals, the lighting flickers, water seeps under the conveyor belts, and travelers are forced to wait, disoriented. The display boards flash, flight delayed, access closed. The sky is black, heavy. An orange warning for the coastal region alerts of intense rain and strong winds. The infrastructure is barely holding on, each drop seems like a challenge. The sound of suitcase wheels on the wet ground, the anxious murmur of passengers, and the announcements echoing in the airports can be heard. Chaos is settling in, the water makes no distinction, humidity, waiting, immobility. Then the storm really begins. The wind rises, brutal. It sweeps up sprays of water, shakes the shelters, and causes the signs to flap. The rain falls in curtains, like blades, on the already saturated city. A sense of assault. At this moment, nature seems to have reclaimed control. The trees bend under the force of the gusts, objects are flying through the streets, the air is saturated with droplets and tension. Emergency warnings echo, stay home, avoid travel. The tone is serious.
A ver, ya eso se ha quedado. Esto es una locura.
The streets are now rivers. Cars try to move forward, but aquaplaning looms, hydroplaning becomes a frightening reality. Some drivers proceed cautiously, gripping the wheel with both hands, eyes wide, scanning for hidden potholes beneath the opaque water. Others give up, parking on sidewalks, headlights still on, blinking through the mist, the water creeping higher, swallowing the tires, licking the doors. A delivery van drifts slightly sideways, trapped in the current. Its driver climbs onto the roof, phone in hand, signaling for help. Nearby, a couple wades through waist-deep water, pushing a small cart filled with belongings, a television wrapped in plastic, a cat carrier perched precariously on top. Their breath steams in the humid air, their steps slow and uncertain. Children watch from the windows of the upper floors, faces pressed against the glass, eyes wide with disbelief. From below, the sound of sirens cuts through the rain. Law enforcement takes over the intersections, municipal police, firefighters, civil protection units. They wear reflective gear that glows in the dim light, moving like ghostly figures through the flood. They direct traffic where possible, set up barriers, shout warnings through megaphones that are half drowned by the wind. The ground itself seems alive, black asphalt transformed into a mirror of dirty, restless water, swirling with leaves, mud, fragments of plastic and broken branches. Headlights shimmer on the surface like restless fireflies. Every motion is cautious, deliberate, as if the entire city had to relearn how to move. In the basements, the water keeps rising. Elevator shafts turn into wells, storage rooms become traps. Firefighters knock down doors to rescue trapped residents, carrying them up the stairwells, soaked but calm. Pumps roar in the background, but they can't keep up. In underground car parks, alarms go off one by one, an eerie chorus echoing through the concrete. In some neighborhoods, power is already out. People light candles, phones glow faintly in the dark, illuminating anxious faces. A sense of suspension takes hold, a city paused mid-breath. From the radio, the same message repeats, avoid travel. Do not attempt to cross flooded areas. Outside, each drop falling seems to strike louder than the last, as if time itself had slowed down under the weight of water. The suspended city is no longer just an image, it has become real. Every drain is overwhelmed, every step is a negotiation. The rain continues, steady, relentless. The rhythm of the storm has taken over the rhythm of life. And here comes the overflowing river. The Bessos, for example, has widened, breaking its banks and flooding the nearby areas. The flow has exploded. The banks are overrun, the warning signs are already in place, do not approach the tributaries. The water agency's officials alert, avoid the banks and tributaries, the water can rise without warning. The scene becomes surreal, submerged parks, trees planted in the water, leisure areas turned into lakes. The constant rumble of uncontrollable water echoes under the bridges and sidewalks. The flooded streets take center stage again. Every avenue, every alley has turned into a narrow urban canal. Cars glide almost silently across wide stretches of water, leaving gentle wakes behind them. Some drivers, resigned, cut their engines and wait, the sound of rain drumming endlessly on their roofs. Neon lights reflect in the dark water, blending red, blue, and green into an unsteady liquid glow. In the lower districts, the situation worsens. Modest homes stand knee-deep in water. Garden fences have disappeared, and doorsteps are now tiny islands. The inhabitants climb to the upper floors, looking down in silence. A refrigerator floats by, followed by a cluster of trash bins and a child's toy. The city's underbelly, what is usually hidden, rises to the surface. Emergency services remain on high alert. Teams rotate in shifts, working through the night. The fire trucks' engines echo across the flooded boulevards. They carry pumps, ropes, inflatable rafts. Volunteers join them, bringing blankets, dry clothes, and bottled water. In the command center, maps are lit by the bluish glow of screens, showing red zones spreading wider by the hour. The electrical grid flickers again. Whole blocks fall into darkness. Streetlights die out one by one, leaving only the reflections of passing flashlights. In the black water, the city becomes a mirror of itself, silent, distorted, trembling. The storm is not violent anymore, but it is heavy, stubborn, lingering. Meteorologists confirm, this is no ordinary storm, but a large-scale phenomenon, record-breaking rainfall in record-breaking time. The air is saturated, the sky bruised and swollen, but still it refuses to empty completely. In the shelters, people wait. Some pray, others scroll endlessly on their phones, looking for news, for signs that the worst is over. The hum of generators mixes with the faint buzz of radios reporting live updates. Outside, the rain has slowed, but the water remains. It presses against walls, seeps into the foundations, reminding everyone that even after the downpour stops, the danger continues. The city holds its breath, suspended between exhaustion and relief. No one speaks of normal anymore. There is only patience, the waiting for the reflux, the hope that the systems will hold, that the morning will bring something resembling calm. When it finally does, it will reveal a landscape reshaped by water, glistening streets, overturned cars, debris scattered like the aftermath of a forgotten tide. But for now, the only sound is the slow drip of rain, the quiet persistence of a city learning to endure.